Quite a contrast from snow-covered Pontiac, Michigan, last year's Super Bowl site. The bright blue skies of sunny California provided a much nicer environment for Super Bowl XVII between the Washington Redskins and the Miami Dolphins. Both teams took the field last Sunday boasting similar strengths. No-name defenses that were among the NFL's best, and ball control offenses that rode all the way to Pasadena on the sturdy shoulders and strong legs of a couple of bruising fullbacks. The biggest difference between Washington and Miami was the Super Bowl experience of the two head coaches. While Super Bowl XVII was Don Shula's fifth Super Bowl appearance, the NFL welcomed second-year coach Joe Gibbs to pro football's championship game for the very first time. And like the new kid on the block, anxious to impress his peers, Gibbs wasted little time showing off what his team could do. Fullback John Riggins pounded the middle of the Dolphin defense, while the Redskins' speedy receivers skillfully avoided the painful stingers of the killer bees. Washington moved the ball into Miami territory on their first possession, but as everyone knows, if you poke around in a bee's nest long enough, you'll eventually get stung. The Redskins turned the ball over to the Miami offense and quarterback David Woodley, who promptly completed his first Super Bowl pass in spectacular fashion. Woodley's 76-yard touchdown pass to number 81 Jimmy Cephalo put Miami out in front 7-0. In all but one of the past 16 Super Bowls, the team that scored first went on to become the eventual winner. With those kinds of odds in their favor, Miami seemed a good bet to earn their third Super Bowl ring. A single wave of Woodley's magic arm had significantly brightened the Dolphins' chances, and at the same time cast a threatening darkness over Joe Theismann and the Redskins. Theismann was spared by the dreaded rain clouds, but he was unable to avoid nose tackle Bob Baumauer and the Dolphin defense. When Washington's offense stalled in the NFC title game against Dallas, the defense came to their rescue. Sensing disaster last Sunday, the Redskin defense once again set out to claim another quarterback's scalp. Number 72, Dexter Manley, was made his share of big plays in the playoffs, forced a Miami fumble that was recovered by Washington. Feeling a little guilty about not pulling their own weight, the Redskin offense tried another approach than just handing the ball to Riggins. Although receiver Charlie Brown's brilliant catch was ruled out of bounds, the trick play spread out the Miami defense, opening things up for Washington's running game. Riggins and number 38 Clarence Harmon bowled their way to the Dolphin 14-yard line, setting up an early second quarter field goal attempt by NFC Player of the Year Mark Mosley. Mosley's kick made the score 7-3, forcing those fans who came to Pasadena to see a touchdown free-for-all to settle for simply enjoying the lovely Southern California weather. At the start of the second quarter, it became apparent that this Super Bowl was not to be the dull affair that many had predicted. Return specialist Fulton Walker provided Miami with excellent field position and would be heard from again minutes later, as this hefty return was just a harbinger of things to come. David Woodley capitalized on Washington's soft cornerback coverage with 3 down and outs that paced Miami's downfield drive. Backed up near their goal line, the Skins proved far less soft when on a key play from the 6, Jarris White and Mel Kaufman outflanked Woodley, turning him inside, well short of the end zone. Miami's epic 15-play drive got them only 3 points, and Joe Theismann went about the business of leading his band of Hogs and Smurfs. Number 88, Rick Walker, rambled 27 yards, and Theismann then called on the man who was perhaps the most responsible for Washington being in their first Super Bowl in a decade. The mightiest hog of them all, John Riggins. Riggins battled to the Dolphin 24 on a misdirection play executed with blackboard precision. Theismann rolled away from his intended receiver, taking linebacker Larry Gordon and most of the Dolphins with him. Then turning back against the grain with Miami's defense 1 or 2 critical steps out of position, Theismann unloaded to Riggins, who found running room and a friendly blocker in number 63, Fred Dean. Misdirection had gotten them close, and 5 plays later, perfect timing got them in. Alvin Garrett gathered in Theismann's toss, and Super Bowl 17 was deadlocked at 10. Indeed, timing was the key, as Theismann's precise 4-step drop and alley-oop delivery coincided to the letter with Garrett's corner route. Passer and receiver working as one. The Redskins artistically drew even with 11 masterfully conceived plays, and it was only fitting that such a performance be concluded with a bit of Smurf and Hog choreography, courtesy of the famed Fun Bunch. The Skins and their fans celebrated a bit too soon, for in 11 electrifying seconds, Fulton Walker immediately untied the game with 1 record-setting burst. Walker dashed 98 yards on his way to the first TD kickoff return in Super Bowl history, and the longest one in the history of NFL postseason play. When the following kickoff pinned the Redskins deep in their own territory, everyone thought that Theismann would be content to go in at halftime 7 points down. Everyone, that is, except Joe Theismann himself, who went to work with 1.5 minutes left in the half. Number 42, Lyle Blackwood, blasted ex-Dolphin Nick Giacquino seemingly years before the ball arrived, and the blatant pass interference call gave Washington a first down at the Miami 42 with 30 seconds left. Theismann looked for big play man Charlie Brown and found him anchored near the sideline. Brown picked up some crucial yards but failed to get out of bounds. The clock rolled, Theismann rolled, and the Redskins rolled the dice and lost. Alvin Garrett caught the ball, but well before Mark Moseley could take the field, time had expired in the half. A chip shot could have cut Miami's lead to 4. The Redskins pondered their chances of becoming only the 4th team in Super Bowl history to come from behind to win. Sundown was fast approaching as the second half got underway, and the Rose Bowl recalled those Western movies they used to make in nearby Hollywood. Miami's defense formed a necktie party to remind Joe Theismann that in those old horse operas, sundown meant that it was time to get out of town. Theismann naturally figured he'd stick around for a spell, but his initial attempts to outgun his foes proved futile. Number 73, Bob Baumauer, bushwhacked Theismann. But the feisty signal caller didn't lose his itch for a showdown. And on the Redskins' second possession of the third period, they unveiled a reverse that yielded a 44-yard gain when number 89, Alvin Garrett, galloped into the wide-open spaces. One reason for the play's success was guard Russ Grimm, number 68, who faked a pull to his right, then circled back to deliver a key block. Garrett's run put the Redskins at the Dolphins' door, but when Theismann called on number 85, Don Warren, to barge right in, the big tight end was turned away. Washington was forced to settle for a Mark Moseley field goal that brought the Skins to within 4 points. After Moseley's kick, the contest turned into the kind of tight defensive battle that everyone had expected all along. With less than 4 minutes left to play in the third quarter, the Dolphins produced the game's first interception. The thief was number 77, A.J. Dewey, who has lately made a habit of just this sort of thing. In the AFC's championship game, 2 of Dewey's 3 interceptions resulted in Miami scores. This theft enabled David Woodley to complete his only pass of the period. Unfortunately for Woodley, the receiver was Washington safety Mark Murphy, number 29. After Murphy's steal, Washington twice sent John Riggins up the middle. With Miami king on the big fella, Theismann elected to pass from the Washington 18-yard line. It was a bold move that almost cost him dearly. While Kim Bocamper batted down the throw, another look reveals that Theismann's competitive instincts enabled him to produce one of the key plays of Super Bowl XVII. When the Redskin quarterback's quick reflexes instantly put him on the defensive, he prevented Bocamper, number 58, from gathering in the deflection and scoring a sure touchdown. After the Redskins dodged the proverbial bullet, they fired their way into Miami territory. But 4 plays into the final period, the drive ended, and Washington was forced to run for cover when a flea flicker failed to foul up the Dolphins. Another look at Lyle Blackwood's interception shows that Theismann's throw to little Charlie Brown was too high, but not high enough to prevent number 42 Blackwood from making a fine play on the Miami 1-yard line. With the Dolphins demonstrating the kind of opportunistic defense on which they had carved their fearsome reputation, the Redskins probably felt that sundown may have been a good time to leave town after all. But despite Blackwood's interception and the Dolphins' 17-13 lead, Miami was in a deep hole that was about to get a whole lot deeper. Lyle Blackwood's fourth-quarter interception did indeed prevent a Redskins scoring pass, but it left the Dolphins with terrible field position at their own 1-yard line. And 2 straight Andre Franklin runs still left Miami with their backs against the wall. While the Dolphin offensive line could not open holes for Franklin, they gave quarterback David Woodley all the time in the world to throw. Even then, Woodley failed to complete a single pass in the entire second half of play. While there was talk of hogs and killer bees, the single force that made the difference throughout the contest was Washington's own force of one, John Riggins. Number 44 ran for over 100 yards in his 4th straight playoff game. When the Redskins found themselves with a 4th and 1 situation at the Dolphin 43-yard line, they had 3 options. A field goal attempt from 60 yards was too much to ask for, and a punt would give Miami the ball. There was but one solution, and even though the Miami Dolphins knew precisely who was going to tote the ball for the Redskins, it made little difference. Riggins' touchdown run brought Washington from behind and gave the Skins their first lead of the game. And although it was clear that Riggins would carry the ball, the Dolphins were crossed up by the Redskins' variety of motion formations by the tight ends and were unable to bring the big man down one-on-one. It was highly unlikely that a plow horse like John Riggins would turn in the longest touchdown run from scrimmage in Super Bowl history. But he did just that, from 43 yards out. Behind for the first time, the Dolphins could not get back on track after the Redskins had emptied out their playbook with short passes and flea flickers. Miami countered with some trickery of their own. But a reverse to Duriel Harris backfired when he found himself surrounded by Redskins. The Redskins ran 12 plays on their next scoring drive and passed on only 2 of them. Both passes went from Joe Theismann to Charlie Brown, number 87. From the Miami's 6-yard line, Theismann rolled out again, then snooped around for Charlie Brown. The 6-yard scoring toss at the edge of the end zone gave the Redskins all they needed to finish off the Dolphins. The Miami defense argued that Brown's feet never touched down in the end zone, and that was true. But a second look at the score clearly shows that he caught the ball within the confines of the end zone, and that cornerback Gerald Small forced him over the plane of the sideline after the catch was made. Washington's final touchdown earned the Redskins their first Super Bowl title 27-17. The new champions are unique. They're not a highly skilled, dominant team. They are a no-frills bunch put together with baling wire, 26 free agents, and an eccentric 33-year-old fullback. And the 1982 season was unique as well. Despite the shortened schedule and an unusual playoff tournament, the very best team in professional football walked out of the Rose Bowl a winner.